TLC 2018. A decent pay-per-view in my opinion, but during the first hour you can take a shit, fuck your wife, get some snacks, and then enjoy the pay-per-view. By God, the excitement is off the roofs right now. Either way, I feel like it was a decent enough pay-per-view, but I feel like we didn't get enough gimmicked matches. Yes, we got all sorts of matches, but I feel like these kind of matches should have been in Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles or Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins. I'm also happy that women were in the main event of this pay-per-view, not because they're women and we're supposed to put women in the main event because they're women. No, they were in the main event because they deserved that spot. The match was unbelievable and the storyline was the most interesting storyline on that card. But by God, the first hour of the pay-per-view. Anyway, let's start with the pre-show. So we got Buddy Murphy versus Cedric Alexander. It was a nice and fast match, but to me it felt like an indie match because that's one of the biggest reasons why I don't watch indie wrestling. If I don't know the storyline, if I don't know why they are fighting, I just simply don't care. You can have the best 5-star match, I'm just not gonna care because I'm not invested in it, and that's my problem, not their problem. I don't watch 205 Live, so I can't really say much about this match other than the fact that it was a nice, fast-paced match, a great way to open a pre-show. Another pre-show match was Elias versus Bobby Lashley in a ladder match. Now, this really pissed me off because a ladder match was wasted. Ladder match is one of my favorite matches in the WWE, so you could have used that for Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles, or in my opinion, Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins, because that match really needed a gimmick. So instead we got a guitar on a pole, whatever, and it was just wasted. Nobody cared. The match was boring. Elias won the match, but then he got attacked with a guitar and Bobby Lashley celebrated. So just like I've said, you wasted a ladder match for this. Not only it wasn't a pre-show, but instead of a title, it was a guitar. Yeah, not the best decision. Welcome to the main show, everybody, where we start the pay-per-view with Carmela and RTruth versus Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox. You can f me with New Day's trumpet, I'm not gonna give a shit. Again, this was for a number 30 spot at Royal Rumble. And you know how excited am I right now to see RTruth as number 30 in the Royal Rumble? My excitement is just undescribable. And by the way, if I'll ever see another dance break in the WWE, I'm gonna stop watching WWE for like a month until it's over. The fact that some people find it entertaining makes me angry. Anyway, Carmela and RTruth won by submission from Carmela, and the number 30 spot in the Royal Rumble is absolutely wasted. Then we got The Bar versus the Usos versus the New Day for the WWE SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships again. We got that match again. That's the biggest problem of SmackDown Live's tag team division. These tag teams are amazing. It's better than the Raw tag team division, but at the same time we see the same tag teams fighting over and over again. The New Day versus the Usos versus Sheamus and Cesaro, Sheamus and Cesaro versus the New Day, triple threat. The same tag teams over and over again, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who's tired of it. It was your typical match of these tag teams, always entertaining, but one thing that I didn't like is the rules of the match, basically. I can't stand the fact that whenever we have a triple threat tag team match, you only have 2 guys in the ring. To me, it doesn't make any sense. Why would Cesaro tag a member of the New Day or the Usos? It doesn't make any sense at all. By tagging your opponent, you're basically saying that I'm alright with you winning the match. I don't need the championships. To me, it doesn't make any sense. So yeah, that's one of the main reasons why I couldn't really enjoy this match that much. But at least we got a cool ending with Sheamus doing a pretty amazing bro kick. Then we got Baron Corbin versus Braun Strowman. Referee Heath Slater counts to 10 and Strowman returns. Who knew? Shocking. Yes, we expected Bray Wyatt or Matt Hardy, but I'm gonna be honest, I actually enjoyed this segment match, whatever you wanna call it. It's actually one of the highest points of the show in my opinion. I know most of the time I wouldn't like this kind of stuff, but to me it made sense, you know. You have all of these guys who were affected by Baron Corbin's management, and they helped Braun Strowman to win the match because they feel like it would be better without Baron Corbin on Monday Night Raw. So I guess it makes sense, and it was highly entertaining. So Baron Corbin is no longer the general manager of Monday Night Raw. It felt like a celebration, you know. Maybe Monday Night Raw is going to be great again. By the way, I've seen Monday Night Raw. I'm gonna talk about that in today's next video on greatness of wrestling, so make sure to check that out. So yeah, one of the highest points of the show. Then we got Natalya versus Ruby Riott in a tables match. Another match, in my opinion, ruined. To me, I like the fact that this rivalry was personal, you know, it was offensive for some pussified people, but at the same time, it just still didn't work in my opinion. I don't know, the match was really boring, the table spot didn't really work, it didn't look effective at all. I guess it was a cool, touchy moment, but at the same time, it just wasn't for me. Finn Balor versus Drew McIntyre, up next on TLC edition of Monday Night Raw. It's difficult to enjoy these kinds of matches because it's basically Monday Night Raw, and we all know we don't really like Monday Night Raw, so you know, I was expecting Dolph Ziggler to interfere because I feel like this rivalry should be about Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. We learned on Monday Night Raw that it's a triple threat rivalry, if you can call it like that. Anyway, Dolph Ziggler interferes, super kick to Drew McIntyre. Finn Balor still doesn't win the match. Drew McIntyre kicks the shit out of Dolph Ziggler, Finn Balor. But Finn Balor still won the match, of course, with the help of Dolph Ziggler. I really liked a segment after this match backstage where Finn Balor was being interviewed and Dolph Ziggler interfered, said that you're welcome. Finn Balor said that he doesn't need Dolph Ziggler's help, and we got a brawl. So it was better than expected. I like that we have a triple threat rivalry or something along those lines, so yeah, it was decent enough. Then we got Rey Mysterio versus Randy Orton in a chairs match. Honestly, for me, it was very fun to watch. It wasn't really a match. It was mostly spots. It was just fun to watch. It was extreme. I liked it. I don't know. The chairs match concept is stupid anyway. You know, most of the time these kind of matches don't really work, but you got two veterans in the ring and they made it work. They made it fun to watch. Although I gotta say, I really wanted to see that RKO. They teased an RKO on steel chairs, but we didn't get it. Rey Mysterio rolls Randy Orton for the victory. And you know, in my predictions video, I said that I think Randy Orton is gonna win. Rey Mysterio is gonna get his revenge as a babyface. I'm not quite sure whether this rivalry is over, but I expect one more match between these two, and Randy Orton is probably winning it because he has this gimmick of pretty much destroying your favorites. So yeah, it was decent enough. For a chairs match, it was really entertaining. Then we got Ronda Rousey versus Nia Jax, and my excitement, boys. I really cared about this match. Yeah, it was difficult to watch, but at the end of the day, it was blessing in disguise because of what happened after the show. As always, Ronda Rousey keeps proving that she deserves to be in the WWE, she deserves to be the women's champion. Considering the fact that she's a rookie still, she's amazing in the ring, and she carried Nia Jax in that match. For some reason, I just can't stand Nia Jax. I honestly can't. I know she's a heel, but that's probably not the reason. She's kind of forced, in my opinion. Ronda Rousey won with a submission, and after the match, Becky Lynch went to Nia Jax and just punched her in the face. So sweet revenge. It felt like an ending to a fairy tale. Such a short segment, but it was one of the best things about this show. Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. This match needed to be a ladder match. Either this or Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins, but either way, it was fun to watch. At first, it was difficult to get into it, but in the middle of the match, there was a lot of drama, and one of the main things I liked about this match, we all knew that Daniel Bryan is retaining the WWE Championship, but AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan made me believe that AJ Styles might just win the championship, and they made me believe multiple times, mostly in submission spots. A lot of people are criticizing the finish of the match, you know, a roll-up, but at the end of the day, it's a classic. These kind of things used to happen all the time, so I don't mind it. I feel like it's good enough. this rivalry is going to continue, so why not? Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins, and somehow it was before the main event, and I feel like it should have opened the pay-per-view because fans were kinda tired and this wasn't the match that would get people hyped again, just in my opinion. For some reason it was so difficult to watch, it was so boring, and it's not like the match was bad or anything. Just people lost investment in this rivalry, in this match, this storyline. So yeah, I felt like it was a little bit too late on the show, and you know, crowd had second thoughts about this match. The finish was good though. The last 2 or 3 minutes of the match were amazing. I feel like Seth Rollins was kinda mad at the crowd because crowd were really not into this match, so he showed a lot of emotion. You know, and the ending was great. The Dirty Deeds looked amazing, but other than that, the match was really boring in my opinion. One thing I really like about this is that when Dean Ambrose won the championship, he treated this title like gold, because it's supposed to be a golden title. Not because of that. He treated like this championship means something to him. You know, I really appreciate that. That little moment just made the championship mean way more. And of course, the main event of the pay-per-view, Asuka versus Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair in a TLC match. Maybe the best match of the night, I'm not quite sure, but it was highly entertaining, and I was watching it with my girlfriend and she said that this is probably the best women's match she ever seen. This was a great example of women being in the main event, not because they're women, but because they deserved it. They're great performers, the storyline was amazing, and this match was a TLC match and we got every extreme spot we needed, so it lived up to the expectations. In the middle of the match, Ronda Rousey interferes, pushes Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch, and Asuka won the championship. So to me it says that we are getting 2 matches at WrestleMania that are already confirmed. These 4 women will have 2 matches. It's either going to be Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair or Becky Lynch, and Asuka against Becky Lynch or Charlotte Flair. I think it's confirmed, and one of these matches is probably going to be in the main event of WrestleMania. If not, who cares? At the end of the day, these 2 matches are marquee enough, and hopefully one of them is going to be extreme. A lot of people are criticizing this match for Asuka winning the match in that way. People say that, well, do you really think that Asuka couldn't win the championship without anyone's help? It wasn't Ronda Rousey helping Asuka. It was Ronda Rousey coming with revenge to Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair, and Asuka took that opportunity, grabbed the championship, and now she's the women's champion. Why not? So either way, a cool pay-per-view. I would give this not quite 7. Not quite 7 because I feel like the lows were pretty low, but the highs were pretty high. So, you know, just a cool night of wrestling. Thanks for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Give your ratings as well. And as always, if you want to support the channel, make sure to click that like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to my second channel, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and as always, your boy, the genetic freak, the great one. Peace, love, and hugs. Barash.